Hey guys, welcome to summer. It's hot. Hey, this is Brad with Arborview Properties and sellfastgeorgia.com. And I'm here to do a little bit of a summer update. It is June the 26th of 2025 when I'm making this video. It is hot outside today, that's for sure. Just came in from mowing the grass during lunchtime. I went outside and mowed the grass. I personally hate mowing grass when the grass is wet, like in the mornings. Makes a mess, so I wait till it dries out a little bit, go out and mow it in the middle of the day while my kids are off at school. That way I can spend time with them when they come home and I'm not doing it in the evening. So either way, it's hot. We just came out of what seemed like monsoon season here in Atlanta for the last few weeks. It was like raining just nonstop, lots of rain. And now it's like we've gone the complete opposite of that. It's been pretty dry and hot all week. I think yesterday was like 97 degrees or something crazy. It was pretty hot yesterday. So today was not as bad, but it was still hot out there today, that's for sure. But anyways, I want to give you a market update on what's going on in the real estate market overall. I do these every quarter. So while it's hot outside, the real estate market is not so hot. It's continuing to cool off. We've seen it slowly cooling off over the course of really like the last 2 years. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to see a crash and or market correction. It's like, guys, we've been in a market correction for like the last 2 years. It's just been a really slow market correction. And it's not really a crash. It's just a market correction. So what's going on out there? Interest rates are kind of staying stubbornly high, although historically speaking, they're actually not that high. I think right now the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is hovering a little over 6.5 if you pay some points and that sort of thing. The phenomenon where people are still in their 3 to 4% mortgage and don't want to give that up and not selling their house is what's keeping inventory low in the market. A lot of people just don't want to sell their house because they don't want to give up their really cheap interest rate, me being one of them. Mine's in the threes. And although I have a ton of equity in my house, as do a lot of people right now, a lot of people have a lot of equity. That's why I don't think you're going to see an 08-like crash, because there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of equity in their homes. So they don't have to give it up and fire sale it and foreclose on it and that sort of thing like we did in 08 when really people didn't have a ton of equity in their homes. It's a different market, different phenomenon right now, and we don't have the risky lending like we did back then. It's a different ball game. But anyways, market's not so hot, it's cooling off. So what matters right now in the market? So if you're going to list your house in the traditional fashion, which by the way, I'm actually a licensed real estate agent. I have my license with One Source in Woodstock. I've been a licensed agent since 2017. For a long time, been in the investment game now for 10 years, since 2015. And I have that unique perspective on seeing from an agent perspective and from an investor perspective. And what I can tell you is the market is slow. Days on market are continuing to go up. Prices overall in Atlanta are down about 3% year over year on average. That's average for all of greater metro Atlanta. There's different pockets that might be up and there's different pockets that might be down. But overall, when you average them all out, we're actually down 3% year over year. Days on market, I think I saw the stat the other day. I've had to confirm this, but I think we're about 40 days on market average right now. So your house is going to sit on the market a little over a month before it goes under contract and before you sell it. Showings to closing, last time I checked, were staying right around 8. So expect 8 showings for every closing. It's kind of been that way for a while, which means you're not going to get, and we're noticing it just anecdotally in our own properties that we're selling. They are taking longer to sell. And what matters right now is price and condition. Right now, people are tapped out. As an economy overall, people don't have a lot of disposable income. They are tapped out from inflation and everything, and they don't have a lot of disposable income. So if your house needs a new roof, it needs new HVAC, it needs this, it needs that, buyers looking at those houses, at least like a homeowner buyer who's going to buy it to live in it, They don't have the money to fix those things. So they're going to expect you, the seller, to have that done or fix it before closing. So they don't have to buy a problem house. They don't have to turn around and spend. Have you priced a roof lately on a house? I just put a roof on one of my rental properties, and it's this little baby townhouse. If you know anything about roofs, it's only 11 squares. So that's 1,100 square feet of shingles. 11 squares is not a very big roof. It was $5,000 to put a new roof on an 11 square roof. Insane. A few years ago, I would have spent $2,700, $2,800, $3,000, somewhere in there just a few years ago. It was $5,000 to replace a roof on that house. Crazy, crazy. And that is my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law owns a roofing company, and he did it for me, and he didn't upcharge me at all. That's his cost straight from his subcontractors and the cost of materials. There was no markup on that. And I still paid $5,000. Crazy. So people don't have the money to replace a roof. I just put 2 new HVAC systems in one of our flips. We needed to replace both of them. The units were old and seized up or whatever. 2 new systems, 2-ton systems, so not a very big system. It was $14,000 for 2 systems. $14,000. So if you have a house that has older systems in it, older roof, needs this, needs that, a lot of high ticket items, a lot of buyers don't want to buy your problem. So they expect that stuff to be fixed. So if you want your house to sell, you need to do the big ticket items. You need to handle that stuff. Also, because they have more options, if you've got multiple houses for sale in your neighborhood and yours one doesn't look the best compared to the others, then you either need to price yours a lot lower than everybody else, or you need to freshen it up, paint it, whatever. You need to make it look nice. A few years ago, it didn't matter. You could sell a turd in the market and anyone would buy it, right? That's not the case anymore. That's just not the case. Markets change, markets shift, that sort of thing. So you got to make sure that your house is presenting well. You've got to make sure that you price it right. I can't repeat that enough. You must price your house right. You cannot overprice your house. It matters huge, because if it sits on the market and you reduce it, for example, one of our houses that we flipped, we bought it at the end of January 31st, flipped it, rehabbed it, did our full rehab. I spent $65,000 rehabbing this house. I put it on the market the first week of May and listed it on the market. And a few weeks later, one of the other neighbors, I listed mine for $395. My best comp that I had was $404. So I priced it a little bit under the comp. This comp was 2 doors down, same house as mine. Perfect comparable sale, right? I listed mine at $395 just to kind of price it a little bit below $400, make it more enticing, whatever. So one of the neighbors down the street, granted, he had a basement, and so he basically had the same house as mine, just his was with a basement, which is cool. Basement adds, on average, a house like that, $30,000, $40,000, thereabouts. He listed his house for $550,000. Of course, no one looked at it for weeks, and they took it off the market. But $550? Are you out of your mind? The highest sale ever recorded in that neighborhood was $445,000. Where he thought he could sell his for $550, and what real estate agent would let him list that house for $550,000? I'm like, I don't know where, on what planet would anyone, would any real estate agent worth their salt like say, yeah, go ahead and list it for $550. That's a great idea when nothing has sold for more than $450, $445 in the neighborhood. So I don't get it, but either way, you must price your house appropriately if you're going to list it on the market. Now, I'm a cash buyer. You're reaching out to us because you want a cash offer on your house. Guess what? We've been doing that for 10 years now. Guess what? We've now helped, I think we just ticked over 300 properties. We bought 300 properties in the last 10 years from homeowners just like you that want to sell your property. So we'd love to make you a cash offer. If you want to go that route, press that. They call it the easy button, right? Was that Staples, I think, had the easy button, right? I got to give them credit because it's not, I can't steal their marketing campaign, but you want easy, you want fast, that's what we do, right? If you want to go the traditional route and list it, we can talk about that too. I'm a licensed agent. My assistant that works for me, she's a licensed agent too. But happy to talk to you about listing the property. But a lot of people that reach out to us want a cash offer, then a quick, easy, no BS sale, and that's exactly what we do. In fact, this year we've always been doing this, but I started marketing it. We have the one price guarantee, which is if we make you an offer on your house and we go under contract at a specific price, we will not change that price. We won't come back to you 2 weeks later and ask you for a price reduction because we messed something up or whatever. A lot of investors can't say that they do that. I've been in this industry for 10 years. A lot of them, their business model is to put you under contract, go do their inspections, blah, 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 and then come back and ask you for a reduction for X, Y, and Z. I don't do that. I don't believe in it. If you're coming to me and you want fast, easy simplicity, and you want your problem solved and you don't want to have to worry about that house anymore, you want to be told the truth up front and you want to be given a price up front, and you want to know that as soon as you sign that contract that you can check that box in your head that, okay, my house is sold. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can worry about whatever else I have to worry about in life. And that's what I found over the years. The people that reach out to us and speak to us, that's what they want. They want easy. They want to know that their house is sold and not have to sit there on eggshells and, well, are they going to change it? Are they going to back out of the contract? I don't know. We don't do that. We don't do that, guys. So anyways, if you want to get an offer on your property, love to make you an offer. You can fill out the form here on the page. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click on the link below in the description. It'll take you back to our website. You can fill out the form there on our website, or there's a phone number on the website. Pick up the phone and call that number. You call in. You probably talk to Missy on my team. If you don't get Missy, it's probably because she's on the phone or it's after hours. You'll get our answering service. We'll call you back right away. Heck, you might even get me. I might even call you back. Sometimes I pick up the phone and call people. Although nowadays I don't talk on the phone. Missy does most of the phone stuff. Missy's been with me for 7.5 years now. So anyways, reach out to us. We'd love to make you an offer on your property. We'd love to help you out however we can. So thanks for checking out this video. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.